Oh, thanks. Wait, this can't happen.
You may want to think twice about that whole catch 'em all thing.
That won't work. Diglett can pull their heads in at 186,282 miles per second.
Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 weirdest Pokemon. For this list, we've skimmed through the franchise's entire roster of 721 Pokemon and have chosen the ones that we thought were the weirdest based on their design, abilities, or both.
No! Oh, you dimwit duck! There's nothing noble about you!
Number 10, Slowpoke.
Slowpoke, the dopey Pokemon. No one can tell what a Slowpoke is thinking, if it ever does think. Its specialty is fishing with its tail.
It's not very nice to call Slowpoke dopey.
As with most Pokemon, Slowpoke is named in a way that perfectly coincided with his design and abilities.
Wow, Slowpoke must be smarter than it looks if it catches fish.
Receiving its name for being Slowpoke, both physically and mentally, this hippo/salamander creature distinguishes itself with its wide, oblivious eyes, curled ears, and what we're fairly certain is a smile. As if substandard attacks like Amnesia, yes, you heard right, weren't enough, Slowpoke's capabilities strangely extend to psychic powers, which are triggered in only the most desperate and migraine-inducing of situations. He's sorta like another dull-eyed water type we all know and love. You know the one.
Say that?
Number 9, Dugtrio.
Dugtrio, formed when 3 Diglett combine. This Pokemon is able to tunnel deep beneath the Earth's surface.
They said 2 heads are better than 1, so the designers of Dugtrio probably thought, hell, let's give them 3.
Trio.
Identified as 3 Diglets sharing a single body and mind. These troublesome triplets have built quite a rep for themselves in the Poke world for interfering immensely in human activities.
What's that?
It feels like we're headed for
A foe!
Bizarre in design and motives, this trio is perhaps the best embodiment of all ground-type Pokemon, capable of digging at speeds of up to 60 miles an hour, triggering tremors and earthquakes. Not bad for what is essentially a 3-headed whack-a-mole creature.
Pikachu's unable to battle!
Number 8, Probopass.
Whoa, look at that!
A big blue rock with a big red magnetic nose, a big magnetic hat, 3 small heads around its body, and, a bushy black mustache with iron bits. Seriously, this oversized, odd-shaped thing is supposed to be a rock and steel-type Pokemon? Also, while its Mini-Me evolved form isn't much of a looker either, it's an adorable Togepi in comparison to, come on, seriously, a Pokemon with a mustache?
Get down!
Number 7, Unknown. Unknown is a perfect example of how it's possible to be cool and weird at the same time. Little is known about them except that they come in 28 different shapes and are psychic types that possess one attack that increases in power the more of them there are around. While the concept of Pokemon forming the letters of the alphabet probably appeared to be kinda creative on paper, the end result ended up becoming something more bewildering than beautiful. Meowth is definitely right about these guys.
They kinda look like alphabet soup without the soup.
I don't know about soup, but if we're not careful, we'll wind up in hot water.
Number 6, Drifloon.
Drifloon, the balloon Pokemon. Drifloon is filled with air and can either expand or shrink to express its feelings.
We'll give you guys one guess as to which party decoration inspired the design for one of these guys. Although Drifloon is partly classified as a ghost Pokemon, its child-friendly appearance is bound to make you think otherwise.
Whee! Bye!
As if its figure weren't odd enough, whoever designed it just had to take a few steps further by giving them cloud-like wings and an X-shaped mouth that you'd swear is just yellow duct tape. We're not entirely sure if scary is what was aimed for here, but whatever it was supposed to be, we're not convinced if they succeeded.
Yes, you can!
I've gotta go look for Paige and Pikachu! Okay, Drifloon?
Number 5, Chandelure.
All aboard!
Chandelure.
From one sort of scary but not really Pokemon to the next, Chandelure takes the weirdness to a new level as both a ghost and fire type. Chandelure's equal lack of discreetness is only matched by its oddball form. Its curled arms are tipped with purple flames that don't burn enemies physically, but rather spiritually.
No, a chandelure!
We guess that this can sort of pass for a ghost, but we feel that this Pokemon fell short with its final design.
And with such a warm, gentle glow!
Full speed ahead!
Number 4, Vanillish.
Vanillish?
Also known as the Icy Snow Pokemon, Vanillish's name, and we're just guessing here, derives from its vanilla ice cream cone figure, complete with its own swirly top and some sprinkles for good measure.
Vanillish, use Icy Wind!
With a kooky design like that, what does its evolved form look like? Just a double scoop of ice cream equipped with, yep, that's a straw.
Here we go!
Number 3, Clink.
Clink, the gear Pokemon. In order for Clink to survive, it produces energy by spinning its twin interlocking bodies.
Assuming that the name of this Pokemon came before its design, we're just glad that the L in its name stayed put. Also known as the Gear Pokemon, Clink is just one of the 3 equally strange and literal gearheads who have an X for an eye for some reason.
Clink clang?
The final evolution of Clink.
We really just don't know what's up with the X-shaped facial features either.
Electrical wave stabilized.
That's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. What did you do?
I simply pulled out this pen. This was keeping its gears from turning.
Number 2, Garbodor. Judging from the Pokemon it evolves from, as well as their names, we're guessing that this Pokemon was intended to be a big walking pile of garbage and not a literal pile of crap. Either way, we don't know whether to be amused, confused, disturbed, or disgusted by this fiend. Looking less like a Pokemon and more like a monster that lived in your closet as a kid, Garbodor's muddy, lumpy, and smelly presentation would have any trainer, kid or not, running for dear life. We honestly tried to find some redeeming qualities about this thing, but it's just a big mess. Before we unveil what we feel is the weirdest pocket monster, let's have a look at some honorable mentions.
Bronzor, Flash.
Giraffary, a long-neck Pokemon. Giraffary has a second head on its tail that bites those who approach it carelessly.
But it's friendly too.
You did it!
Pika!
That's my little Mimey.
Your Mimey?
That's its nickname.
Well, we all sure owe a big thank you to Magnemite here, don't we?
Jinx.
Number 1, Klefki. Just when you thought that Pokemon design couldn't go any deeper down the rabbit hole of insanity, you encounter this literal flying keyring. In addition to its totally not obvious steel type, Klefki is also a fairy, which is probably due to the fact that it steals actual keys and wears them as, I don't know, trophies?
鍵がいっぱい。これはクレフィーが集めたコレクションなのね。
Known to be capable of performing 2 unique attacks, Klefki clearly needed something to go in its favor. Currently, it's not known to have any evolved forms, but we wouldn't be surprised if in the next generation we discovered it to be a hovering chain of locks or some other crap, because whatever, man, this thing is really weird. Do you agree with our list? Which Pokemon do you think is the weirdest? For more totally not weird top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
It's working!
All right!